without computers, we cannot even think of what life is. Correct. In every walk of life, for example, I get up and I see my clock, or I see the TVs or the other things. Everywhere we need digital or analog computers that are working back end. Your telephones, your these things, everything back end, they are working on the systems only. And computers are playing a very big role in our lives. Suppose if I'm paying to anyone, if I'm doing any transactions, banking systems, railways, hotel booking, this, that, everything, or DMart, if you go, there also they are using computers. Everywhere we are using computers a lot. So computers are playing a very big role. And computer, what is a computer? It is an electronic device. A computer is nothing but an electronic device which is processing the information, taking the input, processing the information, and giving you some output. For example, you went to DMart and you bought some provisions from DMart. After you take the provisions, you are going to the billing section, and then in the system you tell one Colgate toothpaste, 4 items. It will by default calculate and give some other things, some items. So whatever you have calculated at the end, it is processing and giving you the final amount what you have to pay and generating a bill out of it. So everywhere the systems, computer systems are working a lot to make our work easy today, right? It is a sequence of operations in accordance with predetermined but variable set of procedural instructions. A set of instructions are given. Suppose, for example, I'll take the DMart example, where in the DMart example, we all have seen you bought some 10 items. Out of the 10 items, 2 items are Colgate toothpaste, 3 items are biscuits, 4 items of something else, 2 items oil, some different items you bought it. So for these different items, each one has a different billing type, right? Billing amount. So for that, just by putting the barcode into the system understands what is the amount that is what is the amount that is associated with that. It will check on that and it will decide how much should be the bill to be paid. Right. So computer is taking the instructions, information from the user. The user means you and me, like people. So it is taking the instructions, processing the information, and then giving us the needed result or output. So that is called about the computers. Now, computer is a programmed device. It is all programming, and it is all the backend. The program is written, the code is written. For example, for us in our body, the code is there. What is the code? The blood should pump from heart to legs and to all the parts of the body. And from all the parts of the body, the veins collect the blood and then bring it back to the heart. Lungs work is to purify the blood. So every organ is working on a pre-programmed instructions. Our brain, our body is like a computer. It works by default. It is working. There is no supervisor. There is nobody who is observing. There is nobody who is giving the instructions. But by default, it is working. It's like a system. It is working. Same manner, computer also works. It does not get relaxed or it does not take rest. It keeps working and then it gives you the needed output all the time. So computer is an electronic machine that can receive and capable of storing and retrieving the data and process the data, right? That is about the computer. The concept of computer started in 1801, very old. 1801 means almost more than 220 years it is. And that time only they understood that there is. If you talk about our India, then we can say that computers are there since Mahabharata time. How? If you see Maya Bazaar movie, the what do you call, what is his name? Abhimanyu is somewhere else, and Savitri opens that that box. She opens and she can see Abhimanyu, and then she sings a song. You saw the Maya Bazaar movie, I think, all of you. So that means our system is already there in the computers. Britishers and all have understood that computers have come now. In the Mahabharata Youth, we have given the live display commentary we gave. We have shown how live telecast we have shown Mahabharata Youth. So all those computers are there previously only. Now, officially, that means scientifically, we prove that 1801, the computers have come into the existence. But that was very huge systems where The loom uses the punched wooden cards to automatically weave the fiber designs on the textiles. What kind of designs should come? That was done automatically. That is where 1801 it started with. Then Charles Babbage, we all know he's the father of computers, and then he gave more contributed towards the calculating machines. Then we have Herman Hollerith. He's the founder of IBM, and he designs a punch card system to calculate 1800 census. He worked on the census concept. Then 1936, Alan Turing has invented actually the machine which is capable of computing during the Second World War. And then he did a lot of contributions to the way the information is processed. Right. Then we have designed various versions of preliminary computers. We did not have the kind of laptops what we are having today. We did not have that type. We used to have huge machines. For example, I'll show you. This is the kind of machines. You can see how these persons are working. This is called IBM mainframes. Such huge, big machines. One full room machines used to be there. That type of systems. Then slowly it went to the desktop like this. Then went to like this Charles Babbage and Univac. Big systems. Then after that, we got the kind of systems what we are having. So there are four types of generations we can call. First generation computer, 1936 to 1956. This is called vacuum tubes. If you can see, there are vacuum tubes in this. Can you see the vacuum tubes? And these tubes are processing the information and then they are giving you the output. So vacuum tubes as processor and magnetic drum as storage. So machine language, that is binary language. Binary language 0 1 0 1 like that, 1 1 1 2, some 1 1 1 0 0 0 1, something like that. When you call, we call it as a binary system. So punch cards, high power consumption. They used to consume very high power and used to generate lot of heat. That very old computers which were produced in 1936. Then they worked on ANIAC and electronic discrete variable automatic computer. This full forms you can learn. Then comes second generation computers from 1953 to 1963, and this used the magnetic core. We call it as a processor core is the magnetic line. Like tape recorders, we used to have the tapes. You remember? That is the tape.
Yes,
That
yes.
is the tape what they used. In that
Yeah.
tape, they had the drum and the storage devices. That was the computer what they have used. This was mainly done by IIBM and IBM 700. Then third generation computers, they operated using semiconductor with quartz devices. Semiconductors were used. RAM and ROM came in the third generation. RAM means what? Anyone knows what is RAM?
Storage. Random access
Random
memory.
Storage,
access memory.
read access memory. It's a memory, read access memory. Whatever is the latest access memory is there, that is the memory it is storing. So whenever you are purchasing the computer, you need to ask what is the RAM, what is the ROM, and all. So these are the things that were there in the third generation computer. And they even had a software called Fortran 4, Basic, COBOL. All these are the softwares that were used. Also, the keyboard, monitor, printer, all these things came from in the third generation computer. Prior to that, there were no keyboards and the other things. Then we have fourth generation computers. It has got the integrated circuits. Now, all our integrated circuits are like capacitors and all. Whereas in the fourth generator computers, where we have 1972 to 2010, these computers had integrated circuits, and the processors, RAM and RAM, are like they were the primary, but also along with that, we had the hard disk. There is a small hard disk lump will be there. That means with more storage memory. You have the external hard disk, CDs, DVDs, flash memory, then floppy cards, then pen drives. All those things started coming in later on from 1972 to 2010. They were a little low not very costly one and user friendly. Many people were able to use it. Prior to that, when IBM mainframes and all, when we took first generation and third generation, not many people were able to use it. It was very difficult because the machine itself is very, very big. That big machines, we cannot bring it to our house and use them in the right way for our sake. So later on, whatever came slowly from 1972 or later advanced 1990s and 2000s, the laptop or desktop systems came, what we can use it at the home front. So 1990s, 2000, we had a good transformation that took place where we were using the desktops. Laptops were also less only. I can say more of the desktops were there in the houses, which had external discs, CDs, DVD drives, or flash memory, pen drive. All those things were there, and more advanced versions of keyboards. You have the wireless keyboards or LCD monitors. Your monitors are there, what you have seen, mouses or laser inkjet printers. All these things, lot of changes came by 2000. We have then battery power consumption back end. I don't need to always get connected to the current, or I can always disconnect it and then start working on it. Then we have, I hope all of us are grown up. Are you all understanding? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
Every
ma'am.
one of you,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
please,
ma'am.
please erase the lines. If we are grown up and if we are decent people, let's erase the lines. Whoever is doing that. Can you erase the lines, whoever is done? It will not be easy for anyone to understand and read. Behave the decorum of the class. Are you getting my point? Who is doing that? Please erase. Can you erase?
బ్రదర్ అది లైన్స్ ఎవరు వేస్తున్నారు అరేంజ్ చేయండి కాస్త ప్లీజ్.
Otherwise, I will not continue, children.
బ్రదర్ మీకే
Please, I want
చెప్పేది
you
అది
to
ఎవరు
erase it so that I can teach. So now we have fifth generation computers. We have technology used VVLSI and biochip, and we have multi-core parallel computer systems. Now today we don't we can connect to n number of people at once, like how you people are seeing and understanding. So we have n number of ways to connect to the people, and then different people we can connect. Internet has come, and internet is more compatible for us to reach to anyone, any place, at any point of time. So that is the advantage of having this kind of computers. So this is about the first part of the computers. Then let's see what are the classification of computers. We have different types of computers. That is based on the functionality, capability, and purpose. Functionality in the sense for what purpose I'm using the computer, for what is my output, what do I want it, so that I can have the that kind of computer. For example, the laptops or the systems what I use at home is different from the companies what they are using it. It will be different from the people what the aeroplane people are working. It will be different from the people who are working under the demand. So everyone has their own functionality, their own purpose of working on it. So based on the functionality, we'll have the computers. Second one is based on the capability. Capability means huge values systems are also there. For example, according to functionality, we'll have two types of function these things. That is the digital computers and analog computers. Digital computers means which uses only the binary functions, 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0. All those things we will be learning in the next classes. And analog computers, it will give you the signals, current signals type of things. So here the examples are desktops, laptops, tablets, mobiles. All these things are the examples of digital computers. Then in analog computers, we will work using the continuous signal denoted by sine wave. So here you can see the sine wave, the wave which is going up and down like that. That's called the sine wave. So analog computers uses the sine wave, and then we get the representation length of the wave, and it represents the time. Basically, these measuring devices which are used to measure the electric current, speed, weight, breathing pulse, etc. All these things we generally see there in those aspects. Then hybrid computers, today what we use is not the digital computer. It's not the analog computer, but it is a hybrid computer. What I'm using, I will have backend binary mode, and front end I have the analog computers. So both we are using it hybrid. So this is digital computers, this is analog computers. You see these things in the aeroplanes, you see these things in the metro systems, you see these things in the railways. All those places you have huge systems where we are still working on the analog systems. And hybrid computers is our laptops, what we are using in the house. Then we have, according to the capability, desktops. Your desktop, whatever you are using, it is the IO devices, input-output devices, we call them, or the desktops, we call them as input-output devices. Secondary and auxiliary storage, you have inbuilt storage also, you have external storage also. You can put the CD, you can put the DVD, you can put the floppy, you can put anything, external device. A hard disk also you can put to store your photos and other things. So you can use the secondary and auxiliary storage devices. Also, we have single board computers. Single board computers are the ports integrated on one board, and storage will be on the other things. Then single unit systems, all in one, like our PC. Everything is at one place. We are not separating everything. We have CPU inside, we have monitor inside, we have other things inside, all integrated, right, in one single thing. Then we have microcomputers or mobile computers. You can use these things in your laptops, PCs, small PCs, or you can say your tabs, you can say your mobile. All these things are nothing but your tablets, Chromebook, smartphone. All these things are using the computers only backend. So personalized device assistants we call. So these are just you can keep in the pocket and keep going anywhere wherever you like, right? So wearable gadgets, there are some computers which are once we wear, we will find something else. Smart watches, fit watches. Did you hear them anytime? It will check with your in the watch will be there, and in the watch you can check whether your heartbeat, your BP, your everything you can check on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see anytime that kind of one? Smartwatch, I think.
Yes, ma'am. We saw Apple Watch, other brands also.
Apple
Yes,
Watch,
ma'am,
correct.
I see.
Correct. Right, very good, correct. That is the way we call it as wearable gadgets. Sometimes we can even have the head mounted device displays. Head mounted devices means in few 5 years back, my son brought it, that VR, virtual reality goggles. The movie will be going on in the TV, and but when you wear it, it will give you a three-dimensional picture. Did you see that type of one?
No, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You put the goggles, same thing. You go to PVR and the other places, the 3D big screen pictures. So you get
Yes,
the
ma'am.
3D vision, right? Those are also
Yeah,
wearable
okay,
gadgets
ma'am.
where the two-dimensional one, it is giving us the three-dimensional picture. Only when you wear the goggles, you can see. When you remove the goggles, the screen is so blurred, the display is not at all good. But when you wear it as if the person has come to you, standing in front of you and talking to you, it's like that. So that type of wearable gadgets we have. And smart wear. Today, smart shoes, smart clothes, these are all wearable gadgets. Can you see? this is wearable gadgets. This is wearable Apple iPod tablet. Then the specs, phones, all these things are called. Even to the finger, if you put, it will detect where your location is, what it is, etc. So these are all wearable gadgets we call, or wearable computers. You can see here also mini computer, types of mini computers. You have desktop, laptop, notebook. Please rub this. Now, how do I rub this? Eraser is there.
Open the whiteboard and try to rub it, ma'am. You'll find the eraser there.
In my this thing, there is no whiteboard.
You can in the below, ma'am. Below.
Security. In the security, I don't see any whiteboard.
No, ma'am. Yeah, I think.
In the apps, no,
Yeah.
not there. In more, I will see.
More.
Once
Top
everyone can
Yeah.
try pin icon and press the X mark. So if everyone do that, it might be clear.
What
I
should we
think
do?
Simran and starts with S. Student has done this, ma'am. I think they don't know how to do and erase it.
Okay, okay. Okay, next time be careful, children, so that you only will have problem to understand what I'm teaching.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, ma'am. We understand.
The presentations I made last time and then taught you. But if you keep writing like this, no, you cannot understand what I will teach and finish off, but you won't understand anything. So, and the class will not get repeated for you. For that reason, I'm saying. So, next one is called the mainframes. Mainframes means it is so big. When I was studying in the university, I went to see the IBM mainframes. This big it was, and so big ki you cannot even understand what signals are going from where to where. That big machines it is. So IBM has started with big gigabytes of RAM and terabytes of magnetic tapes and disks. Such a big computer it is, and it can store huge quantities of data, huge volumes of data it can store, and then it can process the data and then give you the information whatever is needed. Then comes we have servers. Now, you talk about the Amazon. Amazon stores a lot of information about the customers, about the Prime videos, how many are seeing, what are the Prime movies. Every information it will store. It will store into a server. Suppose once, for example, Masood is there, and then Masood is purchasing something in online. So when he is purchasing something on online, immediately as soon as Masood logs in, it will give you what you want. Already your history will be there. Masood's history, what all he bought before, all that history will be there. And then simply looking at that, we can browse and then understand what Masood has bought. Vijay, anyone, even suppose me, I'm Uma. So my name, I will log in with my credentials. And then as soon as I put my name, definitely it has searched all the history, what I bought last 5 years probably, how much I bought, what all things I bought. Accordingly, it will give you the recommendations. Suppose I never bought any dress material from Amazon, it will not show that. It will show the provisions and the electronic goods or something else, what I bought already as a history. But suppose if I want to choose something else, it will start showing those things. And next time when I open, all those new things will also be coming. So the servers means where the data is stored. All those things look like this. Hot swap disk server, and this is the server stack in the server system. Then we have supercomputers, very, 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 very big. For example, you talk about the Facebook server, how big it should be, how much data it should have, WhatsApp, how much data it should have, how big the servers can be, what kind of computers they will be
NASA, ma'am.
using.
NASA also. ISRO,
NASA,
NASA.
NASA, yes. Correct. NASA. All these people will be using supercomputers. It's not easy. One small gadget. We cannot put everything into that and then start looking into. When our mission Mangal they sent, they should have huge computers. Is that right? So server systems we have. Now we have the table, timeline, and the major supercomputers in the world. These are the big computers what they have. IBM, we call it as, this is 2018, up to 18 only I got the data. If anyone can work on that and then tell me in the next class, what is the latest computers have? And what is the speed of their tops, speed of those computers? See, Roadrunner, IBM USA, the speed is 1.105. P flops means how much processing takes place, petabytes of processing it takes place per second. Then Jaguar, then Tina, then K Computer, Titan, etc. So these are the few things what I listed out. Then we have top 10 supercomputers. Supercomputers, how see, China has the best supercomputer. China National Supercomputing Center, Boxing, then National Supercomputer, again China. Third place is US. We think US is great. Right now? Did you ever guess this?
No.
No, right? India doesn't even stand anywhere here in this line of 10 computers, supercomputers. So this is the processing part of it. That's how the computers are working across the world. Then comes embedded systems. We call embedded systems. That means microprocessor software with some electronic and electrical mechanical hardware will be there in the embedded systems. So example, set-top box. Your TV set-top box will be there now. That is an embedded system. Your ATM where cash withdraw, that is an embedded system. And anti-lock braking systems. You see in the Volvo buses and all, anti-lock braking systems. So these are the embedded systems what we have. Digital cameras, drones, thermostats, printers, internet dongle wherever you want, you can take it. So these are some of the examples of embedded systems. Then we have, you can see the embedded systems. Tesla car uses embedded system, audio, motion sensors, wherever motion sensors are there, medical devices, embedded systems they use, and telecommunication. All we are getting 5G signals only because of the embedded systems, gaming consoles, audio visuals, then manufacturing equipment. These are all the parts of embedded systems. Then we have general purpose computers. According to the purpose, we were doing the three parts: functionality, then second one is the size,
Yes,
capability, and fourth one is the purpose, third one. Yes, ma'am? Zahid, you were saying something? Zahid, you are saying something? Okay. So general purpose computers means normal simple computers what we are using is called the general purpose computers. And special purpose computers, you have always based on the area what you want to work, you have a special purpose computers, ECG machines, air traffic controllers, domain specific robots, all these are called the special purpose computers. Then hardware, what will be used in the hardware? Computer hardware is a collection of physical parts. You have the monitor, you have the CPU, you have peripherals, camera or audio systems, video systems. All these things are called the hardware of the computer. And you have even the RAM, a hard disk, a built-in hard disk, then monitor, keyboard, processor, parallel port. All these things are called the components or hardware of the computers. Then we have the software. On what? I have the hardware, but these hardware should work, na? We have the body and bones and everything is there, but pran should be there, na? Life should be there, right? So life is what? Software. How our heart works, and life is there. When heart stops, our life will stop. Same manner, when software doesn't work, our system don't work. So body is there. Hardware is there. What all things are there in the hardware? You have in the hardware the monitor, keyboard, what do you call, hard disk, all those things. So many items are there, but all are different. What is collecting everything to one place? That is the software, right? So next concept is the software, where we are able to connect all these things together. That's called MS Office, Windows, Linux, Android, Internet Explorer, Facebook, so many things. All these are nothing but the software examples. Then we have limitations of computers. Not that always computer is very good. Computers does lot of work. They do a lot of human work without exhausting themselves. They don't get exhausted. They are very good working. And how many hours you want them to work, they'll be working. They are very good assistants for you. But it has no feelings. Can a computer has any feelings? No. You
No.
have the feeling, but computers don't have the feeling. You have seen that Robo movie of Rajnikant. Did you see? Finally, that computer what Rajnikant prepared, that robot has the feeling. But in real life, no robot will have the feeling because it is only a machine. Iron things that are combined and then it is made as a machine. So computers have no feeling, no common sense. You have seen that Rajnikant movie. Did you? How many of you have seen?
Yes, ma'am. We
Yes,
saw
ma'am.
Robo
Yes,
movie.
ma'am. I see the
Robo
movie.
2.0.
So
Robot.
in that
Robo movie.
movie, he lifts
Robo
when the
2.0.
fire takes place, he lifts the girl and come
2.0.
out. When the girl, other people will say, how did you do this? You are not supposed to bring a girl like that. That's wrong. What the computer know? Computer was instructed, given instructions that you should help the people who are in need. That only it understood. And then it went and brought it. What is the mistake computer did? Nothing. But we thought we have some common sense. We keep some common sense in picture and then we work on it. So computers has no feeling and no common sense for it. Then computers cannot implement. Remember, it cannot implement. It cannot prepare its own code. It cannot prepare the process. It will only take the instructions and work on as per the instructions. No learning power. Now we say there is a learning power for computers, machine learning, artificial intelligence, chat GPT, all these things came and we say there is learning power for the computer. It understands from the patterns what we give and gives some kind of output what it understood. Then computers cannot express anything itself. It cannot express anything. It is neutral. You may say, thank you, computer. You are so good. I love you. It will say back, okay, bye. That much only. But it does not have any feeling. Then model, these are the examination questions. So this is about the first chapter. One second. Let me stop sharing. I'll go to the second.
Ma'am, tell some important questions, ma'am.
I'll give you. Today, whatever notes is sent, this PPT, that you go through that. Then I'll give you the important questions. I'll send in the group. Now, what is the human interaction of the computer? We need to understand how the human will interact with the computer, or how do human and computer interact. You and me are talking, computer and me will be talking. How do we talk? What is the way to talk? Here we are understanding about the various types of softwares that are helping us to understand the definition of the operating system, description of various operating systems. There are more operating systems. Now, what we use generally is the Android, or I can say the Microsoft Windows, but you have Linux, you have Unix, you have Java compiler, C plus compiler, something like that. So description of various operating systems will be there. Explain various types of operating systems and describing the comparison of operating systems. So introduction, when you talk about the communication that is happening between the user and the computer, we call it as the interaction or communication between them. So without a software, it is very difficult. We will not be able to understand anything. The software is the one which is meddling, which is making the information flow. Suppose on my hand, I got hurt like this. When I hit like this, or a mosquito bites here, what is happening? Mosquito and brain does not have any connection, right? Does it have any connection? No. But the sensors what are on my hand, the mosquito bit here, so from here the information goes to my brain, and brain understands that there is a pain there and tells the right hand, okay, you go and act on that. So this is the information flow that is going to the brain, and then the reverse, the information is coming so that you get an output. Same manner for the software works. It takes what the user wants to tell. It takes the information from the user and explains it to the computer, so that computer will understand that information, process that information, and give you the desired whatever you want as an output. It will give you as the output. So software is the heart of the hardware. By using the software, every user get required functionality from the every hardware component of the computer. So without software, hardware is like a skeleton. I just told you. Without this thing, we are just a skeleton. What is the use? If the skeleton is there, does it work? But our heart, which pumps the blood, which brings the life, that is the life of computer software, right? So types and examples of software. Software is essentially categorized. Software is essentially categorized based on three aspects. One is based on usage, based on platform, based on common applications. So what is that you are using it? Now today in our most of our laptops, we use only the Windows. But software companies, whoever is working, they don't use normal Windows. They use Linux, they use Unix, they use high-end softwares, which we won't be able to use them. So based on the platform, what they are using and common applications. Your DMart, if you go to the DMart, they're also having computers, but their computers don't have the kind of features what we have. Or the airplanes, airports computers, or you talk about railways or anywhere you go, those computers are different because they have their own platform, they have their own ways of applications. So here we have the software and the computers, set of programs that governs the functioning of the computer. System software controls the internet computer operation. System manager program, that is operating system, device, drivers, and system utilities. Developing software, programming language translator and linker and loader. Then you have application software. See, system software is different, application software is different. System software will to make the system work. Whereas application is, suppose I prepared one system, but where do I apply that? In what? In the reservation system, in attendance management system, in billing systems. Billing is where DMart and all that type of places. Anywhere, wherever billings is happening. Anywhere, railway systems, attendance, then report cards. Reports you have to generate, right? Suppose you went to the medical examination and then the reports will be generated. The report, the printing, the text and all are the same. No, they are different. So each one based on the specific purpose, the software is generated. Then general purpose software, word processor, the words, how many words are there? Suppose how many slides I kept. 24, 34 slides. So it will give word processor, presentations, spreadsheet, Excel sheets you have seen, no? So those are all the parts what we have. Then we have based on the platform. What platform we are using accordingly. I just told you Mac, Windows operating, the Linux, Unix, all these are the operating systems. Then mobile applications, they are also using backend computers only. It's called computer. But what is the computer there? Mobile part of the computer. What you see on the desktop, what you see on the mobile look the same. But the backend, how it works is completely different. Are you getting me, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
So backend, this PPTs, but told me that it has been sent to you. Did you receive the presentations?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you
Yes,
get the
ma'am.
presentations? Yeah. So go
Yes,
through the
ma'am.
presentations. I made it very clear. You prepare small notes. There only I gave important questions also. After each unit, I gave 5 to 6 questions. Those are the important questions. Okay. Then we
Okay, ma'am.
have common types of software applications, and applications can be categorized into 4 types. One is called the productivity software. You can see how the productivity means it is word processing, Excel sheets, email software, basic database, whatever you are doing, all those things will go and store in your memory. That is one software. Basic database software, whatever in our systems, short-term memory, long-term memory. We store in the RAM, store some of them in the ROM. So where do you store what kind of information? Then PDF, You convert the document into PDF and then study about it. Presentation software, desktop publication software, personal information manager, remote desktop. These are all the purposes and examples I have given you here. Then we have application type. Collaboration software. Collaborative software means I'm working online. So I'm taking somebody's workspace and then I'm working on. So provide an online environment for running the cloud-based services. Suppose, for example, today we have a Zoom class. This Zoom class, how did I do? Zoom is a software. My system is a software. So I connect it to Zoom to use that application and then I'm teaching you the lesson. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
We So here collaborative software. One system is there. I prepared my presentation. That is one software. I used the Zoom platform. That is one software. The audio system that is present. That is one software. My Windows is one software. So all are combined together. And now we are having the class. That's called collaborative software. Then Google Docs. That one Google Docs, any number of people can edit. Any number of people can work on it. Google Forms. Anybody can access that like that. So storage, screen, video conferencing, instant messaging, etc. Then we have utility software. Utility software means our system, we should have the antivirus in our systems, right? We should keep the that antivirus in the system.
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, what will happen? Our desktop will get spoiled and then we will not be able to use it. So software firewalls, diagnostic maintenance, compression software. All these are the softwares which are called as utility softwares. Then special software. Sometimes it's called the application software we call for railways, for aeroplanes, for billing, then for gaming. Then you have entertainment, the set-top box. That is a utility software. Or you can have medical software, graphic design software, or computer aid design, CAD. For suppose I want to build a 30-story building. What software will you use? CAD software. In that CAD software, we will put everything, how the building, three-dimensional buildings and all I can put. I can put what room, what should be the classroom, how should it look. All those things I can make it through that software. Then operating systems. Operating system is one what is helping us to process our information. So operating system is in the hard disk. And then that is installed. Otherwise, we will not be able to work. So it is basically on the RAM part of it. And it's more important to have the RAM. Then we have file management. All our files, somewhere it has to be stored. So these file management, like file opening, file naming, file creating, or file deleting, or renaming, copying, all those things you can do with the file management. Storage management, this answer is very important. Storage management, where do you store your files? Where do you put your files? In what folder do you put? How do you access them? All those things are called the storage management. Then process management, how a particular thing, how am I processing it? Then executing, initiating, executing, interpreting, all these things comes under the process management. Then CPU scheduling, schedules plans for when to execute the program. Now I wrote a program, but I don't want the program to run now. I want to run it after 2 hours. Then it should run accordingly after 2 hours only. Suppose I conducted a Zoom class. I will schedule the Zoom class, which will be next week, and then I'll fix it. Then next week only it will open, and then it will remind me that next week there is a class. And I need to take the class. That's all. Like managing network and browsing the internet and accessing the multimedia. Then we have operating system, definition and features. This is how the operation looks like. Previously, the Windows pictures. Can you see these pictures? Windows, it used to look like this.
Yes.
Windows, initially it was like this, then like this. You remember? Seeing now Windows is looking in this manner, the
Yes,
last
ma'am.
part. Whereas our systems look like this. Okay. Then comes operating system. Just now I explained about the operating system. Then we have functions of operating system. Functions of operating system, we have security, whatever information, whatever file I'm writing, whatever photos I have, whatever information I have in my system, that will be very safe. How is it safe? Because I'm protecting. I kept the firewall to my
Voice
computer.
not
I,
clear.
Hmm? We don't allow the malware to come into the system. We have put the firewall for the system, and that's where our files are secure. Second point is data device management. How each one in the system, the CPU, the printer, the mouse, the keyboard, all those things, devices, they're all working in their proper place. If they don't work, then we'll not be able to do anything. Correct or not? Suppose, for example, my eyes, my ears, my nose, everything should work properly. Then I'm a healthy person. If my body parts are not working properly, then I'm not a healthy person. Same manner, our system is not a healthy system. When will it become very, very good system management? Device should be managed properly. That means all the integral parts should work properly. Then file management. Your file management, where do you store the file? How do you write the file? How do you edit the file? How do you delete, copy, rename? All those things are called the file management. Then memory management. All your information, whatever, even if you don't store also, it will go and store somewhere else in the downloads, in this thing, it will go and store. It will not delete unnecessarily. That's how the system works. Then process management. It is excellent process manage. If you put it for sleeping, it will work. But when you open that, it will automatically ready with whatever you are asking it to do work. Then job accounting, then secondary storage management, process management, networking. Our networking is good. That's where I was able to connect to you all. Correct or not? So networking, then coordination between the software and the users. Then types of operating systems. There are 12 types of operating systems. Batch processing operating system, first one. 12 types are there. First one is the batch processing operating system. The programmer prepares the job or program. Only that much only I'll be working. That's called job processing operating system. Then we have, this is how the batch processing will be working. There are n number of batches. One operator is there. It will send first job to this batch, second job to this batch, third job to this batch. Like this, it will be sending, and the computer will work and then give the output. Then single user task operating system. Suppose I'm only using only one CPU, one keyboard, one this thing. So that is single user keyboard. Then we have single user multi. So, Ambedkar University is giving, and all of us are seeing it. So one single user, but all of us are operating that system. So single operating. Then next one, we have multi-user, multitasking operating systems. In the organizations, in the offices, multi-users will be there, multitasking will be there. So everybody will be using same computers, same this thing, it goes to this, information goes to the same server, but still it is multi-operating, multi-user, multitasking. Then we have multi-processing operating systems. Until now, all are using the same processing systems. Now we have multi-processing operating systems. Operating systems are different, multi-processing is happening. Suppose, for examples, Linux, Unix, Windows 10, all are different operating systems that are working there. Then time sharing operating systems. Now, Zoom is giving the time. We have almost few seconds left. So Zoom timing is given to us. What is the time sharing system? You have to work only for 1 hour. After 1 hour, this gets disconnected. Time sharing. We are sharing only that particular point of till that particular time. That is called time sharing. Then we have real-time operating systems, real-time multitasking operating systems, which enables to execute real-time and time-critical applications. For example, time-critical applications is like I'm booking an aeroplane ticket. Let us think that I'm going to America. So I'm booking a ticket. Then real-time, I'm operating it and I'm getting the information, and my information is processed. I'll get my tickets, all things are done. So that is called multitasking operating systems, and it is in the real time that is taking place. right? Then we have time sharing versus multitasking. Okay. Next, embedded operating systems. I just told you embedded means all
చెప్పేది
within one, more than one will be there with one system. Hmm? What did you ask?
అర్థమవుతలేదు మేడం చెప్పేది చెప్పుకుంటూ
What did you
వెళ్ళిపోతారు.
ask? Some
డిడ్ నాట్
అర్థం
అండర్స్టాండింగ్
కావట్లేదా?
మేడం. అవును మేడం.
Which one? ఎక్కడ అర్థం కాలేదు?
అన్ని స్లైడ్స్ మేడం చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతారు అసలు ఏం అర్థం అవుతలేదు. వాయిస్ స్టక్
అవును
అవుతుంది.
మరి టైం
Listen,
కదా,
bro.
2 chapters చెప్పాలి నేను.
వాయిస్ కూడా స్టక్ అవుతుంది మేడం.
వాయిస్ అందరు క్లియర్ గానే ఉందన్నారు కదా.
లేదు మేడం బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది. మెసేజ్ చేశారు
నేను
చాలా
2 యూనిట్స్ ఒక 1 అవర్ లో 2 చాప్టర్స్ చెప్పాలమ్మా. మీకు
ఓకే
ఎక్కడైనా
మేడం అది
డౌట్ ఉంటే మళ్ళీ ఆ స్లైడ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే
ఓకే.
మేడం.
నౌ embedded
Clear,
systems,
ma'am.
in embedded systems, how they will be a machine which is compact and extreme efficient in the design. In the design, it is very, very good, perfect, it works. You can say, for example, what do you call, which one can I say? MRI machine. MRI machine, it is machine only, but it checks completely what is inside your body and gives a report to you. That's an embedded system. Microwaves in the house. Microwaves, what do? They cook. You are giving a time, you are giving the temperature, you are giving how much duration, what should be the thermostat that should work on. All those things. More than one, if they one thing is operating inside, we call it as the embedded system. More than one at one place, we call it as embedded system. Then distributed operating systems. These all are self-explanatory. I explained you. Go back and go through that. If you don't understand, in the next class you ask me, I'll explain. Okay. So, distributed operating system. Suppose somebody is giving us the information. That information all of us are knowing. Suppose from university you are getting an information. That information is sent through systems to all of us. So all of us are aware of it, what the information is passed on, and we receive the information, right? So like that, the operating systems will work, distributed operating systems. This operating system enables all computers to work in cooperation with each other. Each one is cooperating, helping each other to understand, to process the information, and to get the needed output. Then mobile operating systems. In mobiles also we have the operating systems. What are the different operating systems? In Apple phones you got iOS. You remember that? In BlackBerry you have BlackBerry. In Web OS, then Symbian OS. Bada also is one operating system. Windows Phone, then Palm, then Harmony OS, etc., etc. What Android? These are the operating systems. Network operating systems. Now, I am connected to, let us think that I'm Geo. So I'm connected to Geo, but I'm all using, so all are the agents, and here from here the signals will be sent. And this is the administrator panel, this is the agent, all are agents, and the information is sent. So network operating system is sometimes standalone operating systems, or one of the features of multi-user, multi-processing system. What is a network one? Multi-user, multi-processing operating system. Why multi-user? Many people are using. Multi-operating, it is multi-operating, many people are using it. And also operating systems also can be different. Somebody may be using Windows, somebody may be using Linux, somebody will be using Android, anything. So multi-user we call, right? Then cloud operating systems. Today we have, suppose cloud means, I say you have a GP, you are using Google Gmaps. You use
Yes, ma'am.
Gmaps?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So how is Gmap connecting to you? Uber connecting to you? It is because of cloud computing. Red Hat,
Ma'am, your
Amazon
voice is so breaking,
AWS,
madam.
Azure. Hmm?
Your voice is so breaking, ma'am.
So here, all the cloud operating systems. This works in the cloud environment. That means everything will be sent to cloud, and then from there, from the cloud, this is the software what will be used. Then we have Microsoft Windows operating system. All our simple laptops will be using Microsoft Windows only. Windows 10, Windows 12, Windows 16, something like that. So this is the most used operating system, and it has a very good strength. I mean, its technical support is very good. Also, it is used either on online or offline or anything. We can use Windows happily. Most of the systems are using user friendly, I can say, because I'm a user, so I'm a user friendly it is. And the weakness of this is we have to buy the antivirus. It does not come with a built-in antivirus, and security systems is also not very good like iOS. Then Apple, Macintosh, these are very, very good operating systems. They have more security systems. Their data is more secure, and there is
మ్యామ్
separate
మీ వాయిస్
software
బ్రేక్
for them
అవుతుంది.
to protect the data. ఇంతకంటే బాగా రాదు బాబు.
చాలా బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది మేడం.
నువ్వు నీ చూసుకొని నీ ఫోన్ లో కరెక్ట్ వస్తుందా లేదా చూడు. ఓకే,
మా ఫోన్ లో కరెక్ట్ ఉంది
నాకు
మేడం.
కూడా బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
Ma'am, it is very
ఉంది కదా.
disturbing.
సో now it's
మేడం
almost
మధ్యలో
time.
మధ్యలో
Just
తెలుగు
wait.
చెప్పారా మేడం?
So Apple's Macintosh.
తెలుగు రాదు మేడం.
మధ్యలో మధ్యలో తెలుగులో చెప్పారా?
తెలుగులో
ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్.
I will try మధ్యలో, but next class. Okay, so
ఓకే.
Mac OS, Macintosh, this is Mac OS we call, and this is older than Windows. This was before Windows came into the world. That time only this was there, and here this is more. It is. They claim that there is no virus. While they get virus radu, software is very secured. While software lone security is there. I cannot explain that way. So in that software itself, there is a security, there is virus, antivirus it has antivirus inside that software, and it is more reliable and more secure about the data, whatever is stored into the iOS. Weakness is more expensive. Macintosh, Apple phones, Apple laptops and all are very, very expensive. Their operating systems are very, very costly. So it is difficult for anyone to use them. Windows is easy to work with. Then Linux, this is generally used by very limited number of people, especially the people who are using the specialized softwares. They only will be using the Linux or Unix. So this is completely about the remaining part. So here I gave the important questions of what each type of software is, operating systems is. You should go through that, try to write the answers for these questions. Is it okay? So the class is about to get over. And any more doubts,
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడు?
keep it for yourself. Next class, next Sunday.
ఓకే
మ్యామ్. Have a great evening.
Okay? Yeah, take
ఎన్ని
care.
రోజులు ఉంటాయి మేడం క్లాసెస్?
తెలియదమ్మా నాకు, సార్ని అడగాలి.
మేడం కొంచెం తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్పడానికి ట్రై చేయండి మేడం
సరే,
ప్లీజ్.
నెక్స్ట్ టైం అందుకే ముందు అడిగా నేను, మీరు చెప్పలేదు. ఓకేనా?
లేదు,
నెక్స్ట్
మాకు
టైం చేస్తాను.
మెసేజ్ లేట్ వచ్చింది.
మేడం
అర్థమైంది. నెక్స్ట్ టైం టైం
బట్టు
అయిపోయింది
సార్ని.
కదా. నెక్స్ట్ టైం బట్ సార్ని అడగండి. నెక్స్ట్ టైం ట్రై చేస్తాను తెలుగులో చెప్పడానికి. సరే,
మేడం
ఓకే
ఏమైనా
మేడం.
మోడల్ పేపర్ ఉంటే గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టండి మేడం.
ఓకే. హ్యావ్ గుడ్ వీకెండ్.
ఓకే మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Ma'am,
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే మేడం.
important
థ్యాంక్ యూ
questions.
మేడం.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
క్వశ్చన్స్
much.
బ్యాక్ లాస్ట్ పేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద చాప్టర్
you,
లో
madam.
ఉంటాయి, చూడండి.
Ma'am, ఒకసారి ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్
ఈ
స్లైడ్
స్టడీ మీద ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్?
షేర్ చేయరా?
Madam, please share this people.
ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడండి.
విత్ సబ్జెక్ట్ మ్యామ్?
కంప్యూటర్ అప్లికేషన్స్.
Ma'am, have a one doubt, ma'am.
Tell me.
Ma'am, Like there is
Yes.
any question bank or anything I can find in Koti or anywhere?
This
Like,
presentation itself is the question bank, like for you.
ma'am,
I
I'm
No,
put
asking.
just
every
learn all the
point
question
in
and
the
answers.
presentation.
Okay,
Answers
ma'am.
అందులోంచి
Just learn
వెతుక్కొని
all the question and
రాయండి.
answers. It will be helpful for you.
Yeah, ma'am. But yeah,
ఈ
like
అమ్మాయి ఎవడి ఇంగ్లీష్
Your PPT, the PPT what I shared is having the answers.
Thank you,
Search,
last
right?
time.
Read the question and you go through 1, 2, 3, 4 slides. You will find the answer.
ఓకే
ma'am.
మేడం
That's how I gave. Okay.
This PPT is available on WhatsApp group.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Ma'am,
you.
I'm not there in WhatsApp group. Can we add me, please?
కాంటాక్ట్ బట్టు
I-
సార్
Bhattu sir. Yeah, Bhattu sir, you have to ask. Okay.
If you attend
Then let's
practical
log out.
classes, then only you will add it to group, I think.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Shall I log out?
Thank you, madam.
ఓకే ఓకే
Okay,
మేడం
madam. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
ఇక
much.
కట్టుకండి
బట్టు సరే మెసేజ్ చేయండి.
కట్టుకండి
Thank you, ma'am.
But
Bro,
sir number
చేసాం bro.
9848223355.
బ్రో నంబర్ షేర్ చేసా బట్టు సార్
సరే.
షేర్ చేస్తున్నా, అందరు తీసుకోండి.
బ్రో బట్టు సార్
Chat now. Can you write Battu sir number?
Yes, tell me, please.
888-580
One more time.
888-580-1804.
1804.
Hey now. Hello.